All right, welcome back to Astrometica. Finally, it's been a busy week and a half at work, and I did have a day off, but I kind of sunk most of that into playing play tests for Star Rupture. I do like kind of spacey / sci-fi themed games, and it was great fun. It was my poor PC had a bit of an issue with it, but even so, I mean, yeah. Bit more optimization, but hey, it's a playtest. You can't expect everything to go well. Anyway, let's have a quick recap of what we've been up to. As you can see over here, I've got some power cells charging. I've got some batteries. I don't think I've got any batteries to shove in there. Nope, and these are all the nanite ones, which means massive amounts of power. We've got some really cool, in fact, let's get rid of that. As you can see, some really cool posters. Please, pretty please, guys, can we have some more? Before I start anything else, I need to build something. And that is because I have in my hot little hands a couple of T3 blueprints. So, if we go to, I've got to remember which button I'm actually using these days. Into the machines, research station, tier 3. So, I need a Volthium spiral and some nanite bars. Okay, let's go grab a couple of nanite bars. Sorry, iridium bars. No. I'm an idiot. It was nanite bars. Oh well, I could probably do with some iridium bars at some point anyway. Now, this Volthium spiral is in here. Now, what do we need for that? We need 3 Volthium and 3 Celestite. Now, there was something that I found whilst I was over in Theta 12, and that's going to help us out. I also put all of these guys in here. At some point, I'll get around to harvesting all of that. Right, so let's just see. What have we got in here? Oh, I did harvest some. I'll have to show you that. There's a whole pile of stuff in here that I probably don't need. So let me empty all of this out and we'll be right back. Alright, so I've got everything sorted now. We need the Volthium spiral, which I'll have to go back into Theta 12. I can't remember if I actually showed where these are, but there are some space whales. We found the space whales they were talking about in those logs. So let's build that circuit there, and let's put you, I'm kind of thinking here for the time being, let's put you boys in here. As you can see, no history right now. What are you going to give me? Oh my, that takes a while, doesn't it? Alright, so what we're going to do is first off, oh, I don't know if I showed you this or not. I got a bedroom. Check it out. Plenty of views. I do like having windows everywhere. I haven't been able to see everything. It looks pretty darn cool. As you can see by the fact that there are no lights coming out of my drills, they're all ready to pick some more stuff up, but I don't need any more right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Theta 12 and we'll show you where the space whales are. Alright, we're now in Theta 12, as you can see by everything being dark. We want to go to the Unidol survivors, okay? So if we look over this way, I went flying around and just saw a few bits and pieces, so that was quite cool. I'll meet you when we get there. Okay, so we've cleared out the green drones. So now, there's a load of things. I did some wandering around, saw some nice new shiny objects, grabbed those, and upgraded a few things. But if you look at kind of, what, 2:30 sort of line from my ship, you'll notice those guys down there. Now, remember that thing about the space whales that's been mentioned in a lot of the logs? Well, these guys, and I'll have to be quiet for this. I don't know how much of this you'll be able to hear. But what we'll do is we'll get up nice and close. Here we go. Lots of rumbling. How rumbles happen in space, don't know, but hey, well, that's pretty cool. But if you want, you come over here, come down, and we get 3 Volthium from that, and those are the things that we need to make those Volthium spirals. And I'll show you where you find those, and you use those to upgrade tools, and there's a few other things that you can upgrade as well. Now, I've only taken a couple because that's all I really needed. I'm not exactly sure, and they do appear to have issues getting some of them, or even finding a target. There we go. Had it for a second. You see, he doesn't like it. I'm not sure if you remove all of them from one of these whales whether the whale will die. I haven't seen anything that makes them respawn either, so I'm assuming they're a relatively limited supply. But I saw all these red lights. And you've got this guy over here. But we'll look at all of that, and there is, as I was looking over there to go see what that was, this popped up. But that's neither here nor there, because we need to try and keep things a little bit more on track as to a timeline. Because one thing I've noticed is that as I've been wandering around and exploring, I've been getting a lot of these logs out of sequence. So all we'll do is we'll go visit the Theta Control Center first. Now there are a whole load of these red barrels around all over the place, so just be careful when you're coming here. And there are 2 laser turrets that will ping you quite severely if you don't watch out. I kind of flew around the side, jumped out and came around and shot them, and ended up having to come back and pick my body up because I ended up dying from that one, which was a little frustrating. But inside here there's a few things that we can go and check out. Don't need to worry about those. Right, now this is a Theta Control Center. As you can see, there's a whole pile of damage done. But we got Alara and Marcella here again. So they made it all the way through. So currently they're still alive. So we just got a signal, weak, distorted, but it's coming through the west array. Yeah, I saw it flicker on the main console. Looks like someone from Theta 9 there. ID pinged for half a second, then dropped. Theta 9? That place has been silent for months. We thought everyone there had either evacuated or got swallowed by the storm belt. Exactly. So whoever sent that signal either doesn't know they're not supposed to be alive, or they really want to be found. I think we need to check it out. Grab the seeker and head to that relay point. It could be a survivor or something worse. You know what happened the last time we followed a ghost signal, right? Yeah, I still have burn marks from that defective mining drone, but this one feels different, cleaner, intentional. So they're trying to point you, obviously, to the Unidel place. No, not the Unidel survivor. Actually, that is slightly closer, isn't it? Yeah, probably to there. Fair, but it's not. We might be walking into something big. Or someone, call it a gut feeling, but I don't think we're just going to find wreckage this time. So they're definitely pointing you to go further afield. You think it's a person? I don't know, but whoever sent that signal wanted to be heard by us. Well, then let's not keep them waiting. So that... The unknown outpost is where you end up coming from the Unidol survivors, which is... I can't see it. Well, anyway. Now we know that Alara Marcella survived, and we're pretty damn sure Reese did too. Let's just turn on the lights. Oh, no, I want number 4. Give it a quick scan. So we've got coffee machine, small coffee cup. In here, we come around here. There's a Moxora dollar box, and there's one over here. I've emptied all of this out, by the way, but we do have another log. And this is Zane. Zane is talking about how he was sent here to keep everything under control, but nothing is under control anymore. They've basically been abandoned by Moxora, and Zane has actually got a conscience, it seems. He says they trusted me to lead them. I'm not going to be the reason they die out here. And he doesn't care if it costs him his position, his name, or his clearance. So that's damn cool. Well done, Zane. Now, make sure you bring spare batteries, because the data box, again, requires a battery to open it. Once you've opened it, you cannot open it again. And from this, you then get, if we go into blueprints, into the advanced fabricator, you get the recipe for the Volthium spiral. And that's where you end up having to get the stuff from the whales for. And thankfully, they're pretty darn close. So it's not kind of difficult. What you need to do is go to the Unidel survivors, and then you'll be able to grab plenty. As I said, I haven't done loads of it yet, but that's okay. Now, if we come here, we've got a cafe. Most of these things, when they're all talking about how bad the food is. So most of these are somewhat irrelevant. But there's also things like where you've got Chloe, Kyle, Ben and Sam and Ming, a whole pile of them sitting together talking about the problems that they're having. And it does appear that either Moxora has just abandoned the place, or they might even be in cahoots. We don't know yet. Oh no, there's Flint in there as well. So there's 6 of them sitting around here. They're all talking about just how bad everything is for them. And what they're talking about is actually getting out of here. Trying to survive, just basically being abandoned and just being left to rot. And we've got Ryan and Sam here talking about how horrible the food is around here. And there is a whole pile of water, so it's well worth just popping up to here and grabbing these. There's not a massive amount else in here. There's some more food, but I've got enough food to last a while, so I'm not going to worry about that. And if you jump up here, and if you can actually squeeze, come on, had it for a second. There we go. Another Moxora box. So we got some more Moxora bucks in there. And again, this one is just talking about how horrible the food is. The cafeteria log, audio snippet. So there's another thing. It does appear like, it almost appears like Moxora is basically spying on all of their employees. Right. Now, there's nothing. I've scanned all of that area over there. There's nothing to be found there. If you bounce your way up here, there are a couple of things. And there are boxes that you can blow up. We'll show you those in a minute. Something I haven't actually done. Now, weirdly enough, over here, you've got another poster and some rocks. There isn't anything you can do with rocks at the moment, so I'm not exactly sure what they're for. And here's something that I haven't done yet. And you get some more carbon and some more smelted mineral packages. I don't need those, so I'm not going to worry about that. Over here, you've got another one. Again, all of these are basically... These guys up here are kind of pitiful, to be perfectly honest. There's almost nothing in them. Just some more smelted packages. But down here, more of the same. Whoop. Come on. Get off there, you. Damn it. My jetpack's too powerful on that one. And these are the same. I've, oddly enough, opened these already. Now they're back closed again. But it's like the ones that you found in Theta 9, where there's basically nothing in the actual containers. We'll just open it up to show you. Apart from a bit of copper and some more water and some space donuts, but I got plenty of those, so I'm not going to worry. I did find this though. You've got that lift. That lift will allow you to go up, and you have, and I came up, first time I did it, I hit this one, rather than hitting the back of that, when I'd look down here, I found this. You've got more Moxora coins. I keep opening that, hoping it's going to be that. But then, this is repeatable, so you can get repeatable tier 3 blueprints out of here. Now, I'm kind of thinking that there's a load of blueprints, tier 3 ones, that either A, I haven't found, or B, they haven't been put in there yet. But if you want tier 3 blueprints and they respawn, come up here. And that is mostly it. There is one other place, as you can see. Remember we went to that... what was the place called? I forget now. The trading station. Well, there's another trading machine here. But, I mean, if you're going to spend 15 on some tier 1 blueprints, it's a bit of a waste of money, really, to be perfectly honest. And all the rest of that, easily gotten, so I wouldn't worry. There's some more mineral packages. Don't really need those. In here's a couple of more things happening. We've got more logs. Now, this is where the guys are starting to talking about getting out of here. Basically, just abandoning this place altogether and stealing a shuttle and getting them. And quite rightly, I mean, they've been abandoned by Moxora. So, yeah, get the hell out of Dodge. Some more stuff in here. A couple of more boxes. There's naff all else. So you can open those, grab some more bits. And there's another room down here. I tried for a while, and I even ended up using this. And I managed to get myself through there. Don't do that. You will drop through the world. It's not a good idea, right? It took me a while of faffing. So there's some more Moxora dollars. And Cameron here is talking about how the drones have been reprogrammed. And he doesn't think that whoever done it, or whoever did it, should I say, is from Moxora. It says, and get this, some of the new logic routines are labeled in non-standard syntax. Looks almost alien, or at least not ours. So someone has been actually changing the drones. So that's why all the drones are attacking us as well. Right. That's basically it here. So you've got the blueprint for the Volthium spiral. And off we go. Next up, that's the unknown outpost. That's where you get to finally find out that Reese and everybody have met up. All I've got to do is get my directions. The Alpha Minor outpost. Nope. Ah, there we go. The Alpha Control Center. So let's go and have a look at the Alpha Control Center, shall we? And I got there because I was following this road of red domes, getting some more of those red crystals. There's a few things that you can make with them that are going to allow you to... Actually, I didn't even need to do that. Advanced buildables. Here we go. Not the big storage, it's these guys. You got the remote storage device, so let's get the Volthium spiral. And you've got global storage, which you need the Volthium for. So there are a few things that you can get your mitts on that will actually help. We go down to machines. Notice that. Global teleportation device. I've scanned everything to get that. And that needs the Volthium and the Paralite clusters. Now, it says global. And instant travel between asteroid belts and planets. So you no longer have to travel to go through the warp gates to get to a different belt. But it does require quite a lot of the Paralite clusters. And I'm starting to run a little low on those. But I don't know if I'm going to build those just yet. We'll have a look later, eh? Alright, how am I doing? I need some more water. And I may as well eat some food while I'm at it. There we go. So, let's go and have a look at the Alpha Control Center. And as you can see, look at that on our left. Before we go there, let's have a peek, shall we? Now, this entire area here is a work in progress, but you can get a whole pile of the blue crystals. Don't know why, because there's not a lot that seems to be required to any buildables that require the blue crystals as yet. Be very aware that if you come down here though, there are some new alien greeblies, and I'll have to see if I can get some of the video that I did that is wrong, the wrong size, so you can see exactly what those look like. And if I can, I'll pop them in here. There is also some of the green domes, but look at all this. But yeah, if you come in here, see that? Work in progress. And no, you can't get through there. Have tried. See if I could like use the hook gun to try and drag me through it and see if it'll glitch through, but didn't really want to mess with that too much. But yeah. Right. There we go. The Alpha Control Center is where we're going next. So, the Alpha Control Center has another blueprint. Again, you're going to require battery to get to it, but there is a few things that can damage you when you come through here, so just be on the lookout. Alright, so I've taken out all of the exploding barrels, and there are quite a few here. Let's land. Oh, this is odd. And in we go. Now you're going to want the gun for this, because I'll show you why. There's these real weird things in here. Look at that sucker. I have flown close to that. It will hurt you. Doesn't seem to kill you, but this is why you want this thing. See that? Aim it at the sucker's head. Hold down the left mouse button, and when it gets full, let it go. Bye bye alien critter. And there's that horrible weird squishy sound that's all over this place. As you can see, I went through there and had a look. Nothing really in those, so don't worry about that. And there's another one down there. So you notice that one? I didn't let it go to the end. So you do need to have it So one, it's aiming at the damn thing, and then hold it all the way down until it fully charges. And bye-bye. Now, I could have, and I'll show you this one, just gone straight over this. So you don't actually need to kill them, you can actually stay away from them. Oh, there's a green critter. Aim could have been better. And there is... I thought I heard something there for a second. There shouldn't be. And there's another cafeteria. There's sod all in here, so there's not really much point in going through that now. And these are all 0.6. To be honest, 0.6 is relatively useless once you start running around with 1 litre. I just don't even bother. And here is another of those alien gates. So, to work out how to make those alien gates, you've got to come in here. Okay, now Marcella and Lyra, and they're now with Reese because this is after going to the unknown outpost and picking up Reese. They talk about how this place has been overgrown with these alien bulbs. But you see there, see that terminal half embedded in the wall? Power's flickering, but it's still alive. Give me a moment. Got it. Core data archive is corrupted, but the gate schematics, they're here. So this gives you the hint that you want to come into here. And again, bring some batteries. You're going to need them, because you're going to need them to open up here. And this data box here is where you find the blueprint to make. And if we bring this up, the ancient gate arm, which requires 4 luminite per and nanite bars, or 1 nanite bar per. So you need 3 of those each, so 12 luminites and 3 nanite bars. So definitely worth picking up. These are all empty. There is another Moxora box, but as you can see, I've already taken those. So let's go back out here, because that's really all you need to do here. I'd better tank down some O2. So that now means we've found 3 of these places that you can build the alien gate arms on. Whoop. Again, remember, come right at the top if you haven't destroyed that thing down below. And away we go. And no, your standard laser doesn't actually do anything to them, so don't even worry about wasting your batteries on those things, eh? Right. Let's get out of here. Ooh, I thought I was close enough just to plop onto that. There we go. And as I said, as I was wandering around all over there and looking at those whales, this guy popped up. And there's a couple of more things you can get as well. So let's go to the Alpha Minor Outpost. And as you're wandering around by the whales, you'll notice some more red lights, and they all lead to this area. And they lead to the area where you can get the luminite from. You can't mine it with your mining tool. You can only use the seeker lasers. In fact, I don't even know if it's even possible to stick any laser. I'm pretty sure you can't stick any of those lasers on the skipper. I haven't tried, but then again, I haven't even bothered with the skipper, so yeah, go there. As you can see, look at that. There's the whales, and over there, and there you can just see in the background there, you can see the red flashing lights that are leading you towards this area. Right, I'll see you when we get there. Alright, we're now at the Alpha Minor outpost. One of these days I'm going to have a good old look around here, see if there's anything I've missed. I haven't as yet, but there's just so much going on. As you can see, there's a pyrolite there and there growth, so you can pick up 2 more pyrolite. And because it's red, obviously, there is no O2 in there, and there is no gravity either. So let's just jump out. Now you'll notice I've still got my laser gun out. Now, there are a few things that you can scan in here, namely this sucker here, the global storage device. There's a door through there, and I couldn't find any other blueprints here. So let's go through this door. And then let's keep going. Be aware, there are drones inside here. And inside here, we've got a whole pile more stuff. And this starter box, if I remember correctly, is where you find the nanite injector blueprint for. But there is another log. And this is Nina. Well, Nina's a bit upset. Basically, she's upset at Moxora because she's supposedly kind of the HR person around here, from what I can gather. And they keep coming to asking when's going to happen. But even she's not believing that anything is going to actually be fixed. Yeah, kind of sad. Poor Nina. Now, over here, there is a tier 3, or there was, should I say, a tier 3 box, as well as a tier 2 box. So we've got Zane and Jax chatting away at the moment. We need to talk. Half the mining rigs in sector are offline, and the drones aren't responding to override commands. So they're kind of, things are getting worse. Everything's kind of falling apart by the looks of it. Which is kind of, yeah, time to get out of Dodge, I reckon, eh? Time to get the hell out of Dodge. And here's Tina. I'm assuming this is Tina's bed here. Yeah, she's just getting more and more lonely. It's quite sad, isn't it? Now, before an update, there used to be a respawning blueprint that was in here, but no longer happens, from what I can see. But that's okay. Let's just make sure I'm not being blind. That's a wall shelf. Not really care about that. Storage. There's nothing much else in here, but kind of gives you a bit more of a story about them getting out. Well, it gives you some, obviously some more blueprints, but a bit more of the story about why things are getting a little bit desolate for these poor sods. Because nobody's coming for them, eh? Moxora's basically said, nah, screw you guys. We're not going to bother. Now, we need 12 of these. So, like I said, the only way that you can get these is by using the Seeker weapons. Now, there is no point in getting right up close to these things. Actually, it's changed now, because I was doing one, and it was just firing straight through them. But we need 12. So let me gather 12, which is weird, because I got right up close to one of these when I first came out here, fired at them, and the left laser went to the right of it, and the right laser went to the left of it. But now they're both zeroing properly. Don't understand what's changed about that. Oh, and there's some more of those. The monsters look like they're made up of these sort of asteroid material. Well, I say monsters, the alien greeblies. They're not the floaty ones like you've got in Theta 9. There we go. Woohoo! And they just try to attack. See that? I mean, they can be killed relatively simply if the Seeker would lock on properly. How much did we got so far? Let's have a look, shall we? So we need a few more. Not many. We only need 3 more. So let me grab those. And I might need some more nanite, so I think I might go pick up some nanite whilst I'm here. Now, to get the nanite, we need to go to the unknown outpost. So let's go to the unknown outpost and grab some nanite, shall we? Alright, I've just unloaded the Seeker of all of that luminite because I don't really want to get overloaded with it. It takes a while, but still, you're getting 4 nanite per asteroid, but it's still a heck of a lot quicker than going in there and drilling the damn stuff. Now, considering you need 4 per bar, I'm pretty sure I've got enough back at the main base to make these things anyway. But let's just grab a couple anyway, just in case I want to build some more batteries. And just in case when everything gets updated, that we might need more of this stuff. Because anything that's taking this long to mine obviously has some importance. There we go. So all of that, I think, should be enough. Let's pop all that back in there now anyway. Yeah, that should be enough. Right. Alright, we're going to go another quick look at the Theta control and see just how long it takes for this stuff to respawn. Because if I can get another tier 3 blueprint out of that, I'm going to do it. Probably means I'm going to end up with a whole pile of blueprints like I've ended up with a whole pile of tier 1 blueprints overstocked. But hey, well, I can always delete those things anyway. All of the explosive barrels have respawned. So rather than just doing that, let's just do this, shall we? So that is back down. So it's looking good. Yep, it's respawned. So I am going to steal that. Because, I mean, extra Volthium is always good anyway. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes. But that was literally like 10 minutes. Well, I need to go over. So if you want to, go off, have a look at something else, go do some mining, come back, and you'll get yourself another tier 3 blueprint. Now, I don't know if it does, but we did find there was a tier 2 blueprint in Outpost Exile. I don't know if that respawns or not. Let's go and have a look. Okay, well I've just gotten back here, and this is something I've never seen happen before. That power light has respawned. Not sure whether it's supposed to or not. I've never seen it happen before, but since it has, let's go grab that. Alright, we're almost home. And power cell's about to run out as well. But that was only the 2 power cells that I used. So before we do anything else, let's go dump some of this junk off. Right, so we need to work out exactly what else we need. We need 3 nanite bars. Okay, let's go get 3 nanite bars, eh? Sweet, I've got enough. And now, we're going to go find out exactly what's going on in there. And it's down there, next to where Reese's lab was. In that one. Storage module tier 4. Oh, that'll be good. So, let's have a look. I've got to get the luminite out of the seeker first. Give me that. Okay. I've got everything I need, but why aren't you letting me build it? Ah, well, you just need to be up close to it. And lucky, I should have just held shift, shouldn't I? Ooh. Check that out. Let's grab my laser. Alright, early access. Thank you for playing Astrometica Early Access. You've reached the current end of the content for this asteroid belt. We're hard at work developing more features, locations and adventures for you to explore. This asteroid belt is still a work in progress and many exciting updates, resources and stories are coming soon. Your journey doesn't end here. Stay tuned for new content as we continue expanding the Astrometica universe. We truly appreciate your support and feedback as we shape this game together. See you in the next update. I'll actually have to look on their thing, see if they have a timeline that when things they've got planned of coming out. Ooh. I've just thought of something really horrible. Didn't they say it's a one-way ticket? I wonder when I should have made a manual save, I think. Oh no. This could be bad. Alright. Look at me, I am Jesus. I can walk on water. Whoa, look at this place. Doesn't that look cool? That looks somewhat similar to those two places that are in Theta 12 that I can't go any further than that. I suppose that's fair enough. That one looks a bit similar to the one in Theta 12. You know, the two that are work in progress? That almost looks like maybe a ship. I mean, it looks like it could be behind that building. You've got engine nacelles on the side. Maybe a main engine in the rear. But that cable coming down kind of makes me think it's maybe more of a static object. We'll see about that. Oh wow, I did an half warp fire, didn't I? Alright, can we get back? Okay, you can get back. Yeah, that looks pretty damn cool. Now, there are two other places we can go. I'm going to need to get more of the luminite. There's the one in the caves over that direction. And there's also another one in the Theta 12 asteroid belt in Alpha Control Center. So I'm going to have a look in there. One thing I have noticed, and it's only happened recently, and I don't know why, and that is that whenever I go through one of those gate thingies, whether it's this one or the warp gate over there, my recording seems to stop and then I have to restart it straight afterwards. I think it might be something to do with the fact that it's coming off of, it's loading from that hard drive and it's saving to that hard drive as well. So I dumped it on the hard drive rather than putting it onto the SSD. So I do have an external drive. I should plug that in and see if that makes any difference for recording purposes in the future. Alright, let's go back home. And what I'm probably going to have to do is, I don't think I need a base in the other place, at least not yet. So we'll see if I can make this recording actually not bloody awful like I did the last one. Let's dump you in there because I don't really need you anymore, at least not for the moment. Right, well, that's going to be it for the day. I'll see you all later. Probably what I'm going to do is I'll do some more exploration, see if there's anything I've missed, maybe do a bit more building, and then also checking out to see if there's any more of those crates that are hanging around that are strewed throughout Theta 9. I haven't seen anything hiding the hair of anything in Theta 12, but I'm kind of thinking that's because it's probably the stuff that came through, like me with the gate. Or when I don't think I came through the gate, when I came flying through here when the space station exploded. Probably where all that came from. But yeah, it's been fun so far, and we'll see what happens next. Alright, you all take care now. There we go, that's a better place to end on, isn't it? Take care.